What's good, everybody? This is Ray Daniels, aka the Culture Referee. And if you were wondering who this beautiful woman sitting next to me is my sister Tiffany Daniels Sai. Let's give it up for my sister. Everybody can clap. This is good. And my sister she's the most talented person in the family, and we started a family business, a signature scent company. So if you like smoke a lot of weed in your car and you want to get the scent out, you have to check out these scents. I know guys that use it for the weed. I know people that use it for cologne, and everywhere they go to get compliments. We make candles. We make
room sprays. We got them in kits. So if you want to buy something for your loved one or anybody you know that you care about, hit us up, LorraineCo.com.
And we're going to put the website at the bottom of it. But support this black business, support this black woman, and order, I promise you guys. As a matter of fact, use the word gods, and we'll give you 15% off. I just made that up, so if my sister's face looks crazy, don't get mad at her. I'll eat that. But guys, when I tell you this shit is incredible, you really should check this out.
The best scents ever.
LorraineCo.com. And we'll put it at the bottom of the screen. Thank you.
Thanks.
Peace and love. It's Rick the Negotiator.
And this is Ray Daniels, a.k.a. the Culture Referee. And this is the Culture Report. Let's go. And you know, we talk a lot of on the Culture Report. So I figured, who would be better to come sit on the couch and talk some with me and Rick than my brother? This guy managed, to me, the second best rap group of all time outside of behind Outkast. This guy managed 8Ball and MJG. 8Ball and MJG coming out hard album is the, I told you this, I think how we got cool. I told you this when I met you. 8Ball and MJG's coming out hard album is probably the most important album to my entire childhood. Ooh. Like that is Southern Playalistic, but Southern Playalistic was like listening to my big brother's rap. Coming out hard was like listening to some mystical pimp niggas that just came in, and it was like you wanted to be like them. So I just had to give that little intro to let people understand. Let's clap for my brother Motown. And by the way, Mo, that's so unfair. Like, you don't have so much other shit going on. Like, it's so unfair to you. Like, you don't have so much stuff going on and so many things to run through. But I had to say that because I believe that it's important to tell. I believe that if we say something is important enough, people will believe it. Yeah. And sometimes in our community, what we like to do is downplay our heroes. Oh, he ain't shit no more. And it's like, nah. When I was a kid, he was that nigga. He's still that nigga to me. I don't care what you say. And I just think it's important to do that, bro.
Oh, I don't mind it because, I mean, it's ball and G. Like, regardless of what a lot of people say, when I hear a lot of people when they talk about, like, groups and duos, a lot of times people kind of overlook them. I was a person, like, being from the West Coast, and I used to always see them in, like, Source and Double XL. I was like, who is these motherfuckers? Who is these cats with these curls and all that? And I wasn't that hit until I moved to Atlanta. And it was like the third day I was in Atlanta. Diddy, it was the Bad Boy and Family tour.
I remember that.
And it was at the Dome. And he was like, yo, I got a surprise for y'all. Lights go off and Lay It Down comes on. And that shit was like an earthquake. And I remember calling home like, yo, you know them cats with the curls? They stars out here, like, yo, these cats is crazy. Yeah, and ever since then, I became like this like super fan. Then to get to like work with them and then see like the work ethic and like see how them fools was like writing. Like, it was just, to me, anybody, if I talk to anybody when I'm talking about top 5, they ain't 5 rappers harder than MJ. Like,
nigga, what?
There ain't 5 rappers. I don't care who you.
Let's
everybody
go.
out there. There's not 5 rappers out there colder than MJ. And I seen him be in the studio with other people, and mom's like, I gotta write my joint over. Like,
yeah.
Did you hear what he just said?
But bro, like, I'm gonna ask you a question. Lay It Down. I was thinking about this yesterday. Who has the best verse? Who has the best verse on Lay It Down?
My favorite is MJ.
30 buses in my yard talking shit about a bitch. Tell me to beat a bitch.
I laugh about it. This picture that verse as if somebody animated that, and it's like
talking about why I meet that hoe
in the yard talking ish about a claim to beat a
Family, but they look like 30 tricks. Talking about why did I meet that hoe, fuck the hoe, charge the hoe, break the hoe, house the hoe, busted it down the shit. What? Nigga, hold on, let me just say something. You gotta understand something. As a kid, and as a little boy, I mean, all you are is horny. So all you want is women all day. It's two things you want as a little boy. You want some money and some girls. Or if you like girls, but you want those two things, right? And hearing nigga, like, and another thing I'm gonna tell you, coming out hard, if somebody said, I'm gonna put a gun to your head and you have to recite a song, every word on one album, the only album a rap album, the only album I think I can recite every word to is Coming Out Hard. Like in history, like one rap album, like Biggie Ready to Die, it's a couple of records where I'll get lost in the flow, but like from hi man, what do you think? Nice son, looks great. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Then it's like, boom, just pipping hoes with some shit that came easy to a player. Because they, what? I'm 13. This shit is incredible, nigga. Like, what the fuck?
You talk about two 18, 19-year-olds.
At that time.
What?
Yeah. Come on. Come on. So you are also a part of One Music Fest. You're one of the founders of One Music Fest. I'm going to ask you a question. Well, obviously, you have a festival that you can work one time a year.
Yep.
Lucky you, nigga.
Word.
He works one day a year and he makes his money in one day. I'm sorry, a weekend. One weekend he makes all his money. But I wanted to ask you, how do you feel festival culture has affected the music landscape?
I think it affected positive and negative.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So the positives is, like, so with One Music Fest, you may have like a fan of one artist. Let's just say, I'll give you a perfect example. The year we had, like the first year we had Kendrick and Nas. A lot of people came to see Nas, but they left Kendrick fans.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So now you getting exposed to a lot of other acts and stuff like that. Now on the flip side, negatively, sometimes we get people who charge a higher price for festivals, and I'm like, hey, you do realize, like, the last show you did was 3,000 people. Now you trying to charge us based on 50,000 people. 47,000 ain't coming to see you, my nigga.
That's I'm glad you brought that up because obviously we're seeing artists struggle with tours. We're seeing artists like losing major money on tours, and I think, to me, it feels like the fan is like, why would I pay $200 to see one of y'all with an opening act when I could pay $300 and see 40 fucking acts or whatever one I want to see or whatever time I want to see them? Like, you know what I mean? So I feel like that played a role in like how these artists are touring, how these artists are moving, all the other stuff going on. So that's what I would say it affects.
It's also like sometimes too, like today's artists, and you know, and this is one thing I love about like watching your joints, because you always keep it real. But today's artists is hella lazy. So if they on a festival, you know what I'm saying, you can use like all the other artists to promote it.
Yeah.
But now when you go on your own tour, you have to be able to sell that.
Yes.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Especially if you
That's another thing, because if you are, damn, I never thought about that. So if you're on a festival, you don't necessarily have to promote it.
No.
The festival's
your job to promote it.
Mm-hmm.
If you're doing a concert, you have to promote it.
Promote it. And so then when you see like artists, you wondering, I won't call them out, but there's artists who struggling to do numbers on their tour.
Yeah.
That's because they don't do interviews, they not on social media, they not having any engagement outside of putting music out.
Yeah.
And go buy a ticket.
And I also think a big problem that artists make is they flex how much they have. Like, as soon as they start getting money, they show it. And I think that the audience gets tired of the rich. Like no matter what you say, if you were poor, which I was, really poor, you know how bad the poor wants to eat the rich.
Yeah.
So when you become rich, you have to behave like someone who knows how the poor people think. So when these artists was poor and they get this new money and they showing it off and shit, and I'm rich and I'm better than y'all and all this other shit, then people like, well, shit, you rich already. I'm gonna support this person because they're telling me the struggle they're going through. They're telling me what they're dealing with, and that's what makes, like Rod Wave. Like Rod Wave, that motherfucker has people going. Like, dog, I seen my daughter, like, what? Like, and it's like they connect with him on such a high level because of what he's talking about. The music is, you know what I'm saying? So these other artists, if you talking about how much money you got and how rich you are, but you ain't telling us how.
Yeah, it's a thin line between motivation and creating envy. You know what I'm saying? And envy creates jealousy. So like, if I'm looking at an artist, let's say, you know, you take like a Rod Wave, people definitely gonna come out to see him. You might not like her, people might not like her, but they relate to Sexy Red or Glorilla, right? They motivated because Glow. Look at, we literally saw her rags to riches.
Yes.
Like, we really saw, like, her
FNF.
first video. You
Yes.
like, yo,
Yes.
look at these hood chicks, da-da-da. And even though, you know what I mean, now she looks a certain way, she making money, but she still never makes it, like, throws it in the people's face. She still is like, you still see that same personality in Glow.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And to be honest with you, and another thing, I'm gonna be like, man, we've been in this shit long enough. Like, I love 8Ball and MJG, but there might be some people that said that's horrible. That's cool with you. I love it. Right? So music is subjective. We don't talk enough about that. I look at things objectively. Sexy Red to me is a star because she looks and acts like an audience. I think that the trolling, I believe, if I looked at Sexy Red, I believe the fans at this moment today are trying to figure out, is she real or not? Because you know, some artists are like, they make music, but they're not real artists. And what I mean by that is like, and you know how this shit is, like, dog, how many of us from 1998 are still mad that Lauryn Hill didn't drop a second album? Right? It's like we invested all this energy and love and like you were the fucking one and then you just left. So I think that fans don't want to invest in artists that they don't think are real artists, unless they're in on a joke and everybody knows it's a joke.
Yeah, I think eventually, like, she's going to have, it's going to be some adjustments that had to be done, because it's like, you making money now, you still like this person, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, but I don't know, you know, I never met her, but I think, you know, most people probably love her because they like, I guess she is authentic, you know what I'm saying? But even if you want to see people come up, like, you may have an artist that's from the hood, like Nipsey. This is why people love Nip. When you first saw Nip, the people that rocked with Nip from the beginning, he wasn't just Nipsey. He was Nip the Crip. He was banged out. You know what I'm saying? Everything was like, it was banged out. Then you saw his progression as he started making money, start talking about businesses and building, and even building up in his own community, which is why everybody loved Nip. So like, oh, he still kept it real, but we saw his progression. Yeah, I can use that now as motivation because I see what Nip did. Yeah, we from the same place, and I'm from a place that's just like that. Now, you know what I'm saying? Of course, we saw his demise, but that's not why people love him. Right? People exactly. Love because they saw the real. They saw the realness.
Exactly, and to me, I think authentic artists, like I think fake artists are done. I believe that there's not enough money out here. People have, like, the pandemic made some people really, really rich. And it made everybody rich in the country because PPP loans, unemployment was killing it, but those people spent their money. Right. And now they're angry, and now they're seeing people who made the money that they spent, and they like, so now they want another shot at it. So for me, I'm just looking at it, and I'm like, dog, I just think that people have to start paying, the artists have to start paying attention to the fans. Like, what is your fans base? That's why I was saying what I was saying about Sexy Red, because Sexy Red is successful as fuck, but she doesn't look like it. Right. Like, them wigs still look cheap. She still like she wearing fashionable clothes. She ain't, you know what I'm saying? She ain't like wearing Louis, and that's when you lose the audience, because now they can't dress like you. Right. Now they don't see themselves in you. And there's an aspirational thing that's there, obviously, because me seeing someone look like me win means that I can win. Right. That's the motivation there. But once you start looking like something that I know I ain't nowhere near, then it's like, oh, you rich already, I'm gonna invest over here.
I think, like, if you look at an artist, I'll take an artist, because sometimes people think that changing what you have on or changing and doing certain things is like selling out. But you take an artist like that, somebody we all know who's super rich, but still, like, you know what I'm saying? Now, they went through a phase where, like, they changed. If you look at Drake 3000, right? Yes. Drake got that paper. Drake changed, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you see him, he's still gonna dress, you know what I'm saying? He still kind of dresses, but he doesn't dress the same as when Outkast first came out. No. Yes. He went through a progression where, you gotta remember, there was like a 5 to 7 year period where he was in front of every fashion magazine. Yes, he was like that. He was like that
He was.
dude.
Make pants and football helmets. He was going crazy.
Even to the point where like, and let's keep it real, because everybody be like, Dre the number, like, Dre is a lot of people's number one. But it went through a phase where like, niggas wasn't fucking with Dre with how he was dressed. That was like, man.
Like, I'm gonna say one thing. I gotta just say one thing. I would say niggas outside Atlanta.
Right.
Because I ain't gonna lie to you, when Dre came with that second album and he was wearing that turban, nigga, it was niggas in my high school wearing that. Like out, like no dog out. Like it's weird how people see Dre weird. Dre is. If you want to know what Atlanta was like in the '90s, just look at Dre. That is who Atlanta in the '90s was. It was Dre. It was.
That's also because y'all was always kind of like Atlanta and New York. Y'all was like into like fashion and shit.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Y'all was fashion forward. Like, you know what I'm saying? Look, I'm from Compton. I'm from the West Coast. We was never fashion forward. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
It was like, so even when people was talking about certain things, we was never really hip.
Yeah.
So when we saw like Dre or certain people saw Dre, they like, man, this nigga out on grandma's wig. We didn't look at it like fashion.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
So we looked at it. It was
years
just
later when we was like, oh, I get it.
Yeah, you know, it's like you know what it was. Dre was kind of like to Atlanta what Slick Rick was to New York, right?
Yes.
Wearing all of the chains, and it was like, why does this dude have on 50 fucking chains? Like, but that was like, it was almost like I'm gonna be the superest, most New York person you can think of, right? And I think Dre became like Atlanta, but Atlanta outside of 285.
Right.
People always talk about Atlanta and think, no, outside like Atlanta. Dre is that. Big Boy is that too. It's like, dog, how many people look like Dre right now with the beard? He just is an artist, so he has a flute in his hand. But I want to ask, you said you're from Compton, man. I want to ask you a question. Well, let's talk about West Coast hip hop. No, I want to really talk about this. What is it about West Coast rappers that they know how to deal with? They know battling is like y'all shit.
I mean, first of all, we grew up every day as a battle. You know what I'm saying? Like when you look at like the Drake and Kendrick battle.
Yep.
There wasn't a day that I thought that Kendrick was gonna lose.
Me neither. I knew that.
Not only because his rapping ability, but people tend to forget that Kendrick is from Compton, California. You know what I'm saying?
Tell us what that means.
Like,
I want to know what that means.
Him being from Compton is like, you can't lose. It's like having a fight. You can't run from a fight. You gotta squab, homie. You know what I'm saying? Because now if you don't squab, you gotta all your homies is looking at you.
Yeah.
Now you gotta go back and be in the face of all your partners. He don't like the battle. If you look at everybody, like all the millions of people who like, damn, Kendrick won. He don't really give a fuck about that. He give a fuck about the people in his circle, like, cause they the people like die. Like,
I think Kendrick.
You gotta do it.
I think Kendrick. I'm gonna say something I said that it pissed people off, but I'm gonna say it. I think Euphoria is the greatest diss record of all time.
Euphoria was my favorite one.
I feel like Euphoria was the movie, and Not Like Us was the end credits. It was like he killed him on Euphoria, and then Not Like Us was just like, now we can party. But like the way he did it, the way he approached it, it was almost like, dog, I'm being honest with you, I'm not even lying. I believe 100 years from now, they're gonna be doing studies on how he attacked Drake in this battle. And it was like, cause you know, battle is usually like, I'm gonna punch you, you punch me. Punch you, you punch me. He just punched him. Then you punched him, then he punched you right. Oh, hold on, you didn't give me an hour to let my song live.
But if you look at like the way West Coast people battle is like in the streets. Like,
yes,
we battling you. Like, we ain't battling you to like be friends later. We battling you to end you because we don't want you to come back. You look at like some of the best battle raps. I mean, outside of like Hit 'Em Up, West Coast.
He tried to kill me.
No Vaseline, no Vaseline.
Yes,
you know what I'm
Ice
saying? If you look at DJ Quick, dollars and cents.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
When he said, but he's on stage. People don't remember that he's on stage while MC8 is right in the front row.
In the front row.
And he said you ain't got a G in your name because the G ain't in you. And I'm just looking like,
it ain't in you.
What? Like it was and to be honest with you, I think the Kendrick battle showed us how much West Coast, because to me it's weird, bro. Because I put up a post where I asked the question was, and you got to be old enough. See, that's the one thing I'm glad that I'm the age I am, because we've seen giants be giants and fall. Like, people seen Bill Cosby fall.
Yes. Right.
But did you see him when he was a giant?
Oh my God.
Right? You know what I'm trying to say? So even like Puff, Puff was y'all met him as Love. He was a giant.
Yes.
Right? And then you see, and then so when I ask people, I'm like, do y'all think this Kendrick record is gonna do to Drake what that concert in the Chicago in 1979 did to disco? And you know, I saw a lot of people say, from the South, I'm gonna be honest with you, the West Coast doesn't have that much influence over hip hop. And I'm like, y'all are fucking crazy.
It's not true.
Like, it's like y'all, it's like, bro, like, I believe, dog, I know it's gonna sound crazy. Y'all might say pause, but I'm being honest with you. I'm just grateful that I'm alive at the same time as a person like Kendrick. Well, I could have witnessed it firsthand. Because we read all these books about art of war and this person, this leader, and like, you know, you hear all these stories. Yes, and then it's like, now I'm watching it in real time, him slay a giant. Like, with things that people didn't know you could slay a giant with lyrics.
No, but also, like, they like us, the song was crazy. When I saw the video, because there's a lot of symbolism in that video. He destroyed him with the symbolism alone. Forget what he's saying in the video. If you went look at it, I mean, from the moment it starts, that actually knock on the door, there's a symbolism behind that.
Yeah, I heard it's like the spook or something like that.
Yes,
something like that.
from
Yeah,
the vaudeville era and all that.
Yeah.
All that. He's basically making Drake like the blackface. He's one of those.
But to be honest with you, and on Not Like Us, what he also did, I just gotta say this. The smartest thing he did during the whole battle was think about this. Not Like Us is a West Coast record. It's a West Coast beat. Mustard is nothing more West Coast in it. But that third verse, he paid homage to Atlanta.
Right.
But he paid it in a way where now Drake can't come back to Atlanta. And when that nigga said, you gotta, because you gotta remember, because this is the thing, sometimes we're so conscious and we're just doing it, and then, unconscious rather, they're just doing it, we're living it, and we don't realize what's happening. And then somebody stops and says, you ain't a colleague, you a colonizer. Hold the fuck on. This nigga is not a colleague, hold up.
That's a real statement.
Like, for Dot, if you look at the Not Like Us video, like, he took the video to, like, offset everything that Drake said.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So it's like,
His wife is walking with the kids in the living room.
You know what I'm saying? From YG being in the video and all of that. Like,
DeMar DeRozan, who was like the Toronto Raptors' best player for years.
Playing chess and not checkers.
You got the owl in the cage that he's staring at, just looked at it lots. Like,
and the crazy thing about it, what people don't see is like, he's still like, he ain't like, because other people who like, oh man, is he milking this? He's milking it because when he said he really hates you, he don't want nobody to listen to Drake. So he want Drake to say something else so he can continue.
I'm sure Kendrick has like 3 more in the chamber.
Let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I don't care what they say. Drake is in enormous trouble right now.
Oh, he's in trouble.
Nigga,
Yes.
let me tell you why. People say, oh, he's too big. Let me tell you something about people. Nigga, we in Atlanta, Georgia, no one was more important than Master fucking P.
Yeah.
Master P was dropping an album every other week, and we was buying it. We was wearing soldier clothes. We was doing this. And I'm not gonna lie, it was 2 things that killed No Limit. And the main shot was No More Playing GA.
No More Playing
Here's
GA.
the crazy part about it. If Pastor Troy doesn't put the No Limit Studio, let me talk to P, he doesn't say P name in the song. So it's funny because I was playing it because I was in the car like a couple of days ago, and I played it in the car, and I just on Spotify, and it doesn't have the intro on it. And the girl in the car was like, "Why? How's this even take down No Limit?" He don't say that. I'm like, "Damn, you don't know it." So, and it was Cash Money. He was about 85. Cash Money was the other 15 because Cash Money gave us the option. Because remember, it was like back then there wasn't a lot of dynasties, but now there are. And I just believe that. And I believe that. I'm telling you, man, people say what they want. I'm like, he in trouble. And I think he's in trouble because he's not American. Right. And I don't think it's like when you go to the West Coast or like no matter what, I was born in the Bronx, right? I lived in New York till I was 12. I'm an Atlanta guy, but if you take me to New York, I understand it.
Yeah,
I understand the culture. I understand what you don't do, what you do. He doesn't understand that.
You could tell he didn't understand it in the battle because if you knew, like, you can't put YG, like you put YG in game like they was gonna team up with you.
Yeah.
Whereas like I ain't nowhere in hell. They still got to go and deal with their homies.
But that's,
you know what I'm
and
saying?
another thing is
Like,
that West Coast has so much. West Coast has so much politics. So I was at a table with a very high-powered exec like 2 weeks ago, right after the Juneteenth concert, and he said he was talking about this Kendrick concert. He said, "Dog, there's nobody in New York, there's nobody in Atlanta, nobody in Florida, nobody in no other city in America that can make one song and have everybody." Bloods, Crips, enemies, everybody on one stage because he united an entire coast. And people don't know how bad the West Coast is with like culture, gang culture. Oh, no. He had Bloods and Crips proudly on stage, bro.
I wholeheartedly believe this. That Juneteenth concert was the biggest moment in West Coast hip hop history.
Agreed.
But
there's no other moment that you like for me. Watching that and you seeing like when I tell you the politics, you seeing people wouldn't even be on the same block.
That's what I heard. I heard it was people that was on there that was like, and nowhere in the world they would have been under there. But that's what I'm saying. Like the song is to me, Not Like Us is the new Lift Every Voice and Sing for niggas. When that shit come on, it's like it ain't like we just dancing. It's like we free.
Right. And then we gotta you look at it like, man, I'm from the West Coast. I've been in the South for a while. But the West also been ice cold when it came to music for a long time.
Yeah.
Like we've been ice cold. Like you had the Tylers and the Kendrick, but as a whole, like streets and all that, we had nothing. So now they looking at it like now the spotlight is back on the West.
Yes.
So now we can't let's put all these politics to the side. We gotta embrace it. The only other time the West has been united, there's only 2 other times the West has been united.
I love these conversations.
And that is during after the Rodney King verdict,
92,
which that was violence.
Yes.
And then Nipsey passing. But again, violence. That created that situation.
Yeah.
Now it's like we happy together on some we rocking.
Or some, they're not like us.
Exactly.
Who is and to be honest with you, the reason why I said not like us to me is the new Lift Every Voice and Sing is because, see, what America doesn't understand about being a true black person is that being 100% black in America is a curse at first, right? And Drake didn't have to play no politics, right? He got with the right people, no politics. He just came in and he won and we let him. But then what I think happened was, just me personally, I'm in the music business. You know, it's shit we say on camera, it's shit we say off camera. I believe that there were things that people seen off camera about him, and I think that it happened so many times. And I'm talking about little shit like he fucked your ex and didn't call you. You know what I'm saying? He fucked your mama, or you know what I'm saying? Like that's the type of shit he was on, like real creep type shit. And because let me tell you why I know that. Because if he had one real friend, one American, not one person said anything. And here's why. Nope. I think not one person said anything because Kendrick revealed who he really is. And that's when he said, this ain't just me, this is what the culture feeling.
This what the culture feeling.
And it's like, and here's the part. If Drake was connected to people in the culture like that, he would have known.
He definitely would have known.
But he doesn't know because he's running around with his brothers, Canadian. By the way, he should. But nigga, you talk like us, you rap like us. I mean, you don't talk like us, I'm sorry. He talks like a Canadian. Yeah. He raps like us. And not only do he rap like us, he raps like the Jamaicans in Jamaica. You see, he does the way he does everybody's shit. It's like if when 2 Chainz did I'm Different, and he didn't have mustard on the beat, ho.
That's why it's so cold. Euphoria. The first line was the famous actor. You've been acting like you part of this.
Yes.
Now, of course, you've been doing a hell of a job with your acting, but you would have known. It's just like the people. Sometimes when I see people fall out like over women and shit, I be wondering. I'm like, damn, nigga, if you grew up listening to Short and Ball and G and shit like you listen to that, you would not be tripping.
Stay there. When Too Short, you gotta understand something. This is another, I'm glad you brought that up. You gotta understand something. When Too Short said, I give you a bitch before I give you a joint. Bitches ain't shit, now I made my point. When you 13, 14, listen to that, you like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. We was pimps in the South.
Yeah.
It was all about just getting women. Like in the West too, it was about getting women and all that other stuff. So when you hear that, you had to be a player.
Right.
What's good, y'all? This is Ray Daniels, aka the Culture Referee, and I'm here to talk to you about YKTV Magazine, which is the #1 magazine for prison entertainment. These prisoners are sitting in jail. They have nothing to do but read these magazines and read your ads, buy your music, support your business, anything that you can do that's online commerce. They already have published over 140 magazines with 36 major artists that have covered it, and I'm giving you an opportunity to advertise this magazine and get directly to an audience that you know has the time and the money to spend. Info at the bottom, info at the God Show. Holla at us, whether you're an artist, producer, whoever you are. We can help you with your business. Holla at us to get to YKTV.
And so like the player shit ain't, okay, I knocked down your chick. It's supposed to be like, all right, hey, nigga, if it's some girl you fucking with, and I know, I'm supposed to come here and be like, hey, dog, the bitch giving me action.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Just
I'm
some
gonna
real
be a
nigga
player
shit.
about
Yeah.
it. Because here's the thing, like, you know, you come and be like, man, I really got feelings for her. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna fuck with her.
sure.
You like, nigga, you gonna smash it. I'm like, okay.
For sure.
But I'm smashing it, like, consciously knowing, like, you ain't finna be my girl. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
Yeah.
because you finna give me the game. Like, nigga, you know, bitch, okay, cool. Now, if I'm just backdooring you, like, oh, Ray fuck with her, I'm finna start DMing her and shit. Really, that's to me, like, that's some sucker shit because, first of all, I'm paying too much attention to what this man doing and his broad. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm trying to backdoor him.
Yeah,
I
and
ain't really trying to fuck. I don't even like her. I just don't like this nigga.
Right, no.
You know what I'm saying?
Dirty Mackin. It's called Dirty Mackin. But you know what it is? When you want somebody because somebody else has it. To me, that's just you proving to your, like, by the way, when I was a young man, I ain't gonna act like I didn't do it. When I was a younger man. But like, nigga, last 10 years, I'm like, dog, I don't have to prove to nobody. I don't gotta run around here and act like I don't need to hit her to prove that I'm that nigga. I should believe that regardless.
Right.
And I believe that he lost that part.
Right.
He and I'm gonna be honest with you, like, I don't feel bad because ain't nobody standing up for him.
The thing is, man, nobody's standing up and nobody's saying, like, that gotta say a lot about you.
That say a lot about you.
Everybody is like, not even Wayne.
Not even Wayne. Not even Baby. Nigga, Jay Prince has been silent. And I believe that, me personally, I don't know this for a fact, but I believe he sat back and said, I'm gonna have to let him see what it's like when I don't back him up and let him get whipped.
Right.
So he could see. And guess where he lives now? Houston.
Who lives in Houston?
Drake.
He's in Houston now?
Yes.
Houston.
Nigga, guess
Even
what?
even the Canadian, even what's my boy, the huge star, The Weeknd.
The Weeknd. Like, everybody's against you, and then you can make it seem like you Thanos, but that's because you are Thanos, nigga. That's because behind closed doors, you probably plotting and letting niggas see. We've been in this shit long enough. You know what it is. The run is over. The act is over. You can't go get no little niggas to stand by you because we gonna all know that they hired swords.
Right.
Like, are they standing by you because you they nigga, or are they standing by you because you gave them a verse?
Ray, you know you called us a year ago, right?
What I say?
What was gonna happen to Drake?
I've been saying that. If you don't like to listen,
when you
bro.
started talking about the Barretts and
I said,
all
I was
that,
like,
yeah.
I said, dog, Jay-Z had to grow up. Nas grew up. Kendrick grew up. Like, Kendrick got his, like, hip hop grew up. Hip hop, we went from bitches ain't shit to hoes and tricks to having our wife on the album cover saying, like, we grew up.
Right.
He didn't.
He stayed right here.
He didn't.
He stayed right here.
And the reason why he didn't grow up is because he wasn't one of us.
Yeah.
He didn't have to play by, and I think that's what his. It's kind of like you got a white homie, and you know, every time you go out, the police fucking with you, and he's like, leave us alone. He's like, I ain't fucking with you, nigga. They fucking with me, nigga. You don't say leave us alone, say leave him alone. You know what I mean? Like,
I think because he's a huge star, it's just like Michael Jackson. There was no star ever. There's nobody ever famous. Like, he's the most famous person to ever
live.
walk the fucking planet.
I said, the only person more famous than Michael Jackson is Jesus.
Well, I'm gonna say, like, the only reason I say MJ is more famous. Now, Jesus' name is more famous, but nobody really know what Jesus looked like.
Ooh.
They know what Mike looked like wherever he went. But Mike went from selling 100 mil to, like, okay, 20 mil, 10. And he was, you know what I'm saying, to 5. But even Mike didn't stay.
No, but hold on.
We
We got to talk about that.
I am talking about that.
Go ahead.
I don't think that has to do with fans, though. I think that's more on the business side. 'Cause I don't think he ever lost fans.
No.
No. I'm saying like,
It's not that. Let me tell you what it is. Mike grew up. He realized how much money he was making off of him. He realized who was pimping him. Remember, Michael Jackson didn't start getting attacked until he attacked Tommy Mottola.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That's when it started.
Let's not forget,
That's
Michael
when it
Jackson.
all started.
Let's not forget, Michael Jackson was the first artist that I know of that was frustrated with his CEO, and he was so famous that no, fuck that. He flew to Japan
Yes.
to meet with the owners of Sony and said, he's a racist, get rid of him, and that's why they got rid of him.
Yep.
And then,
don't
and
get
then
it
everything.
twisted. He's probably one of the coldest. I mean, when you found out like how he finagled them out of the Sony publishing situation.
How?
So okay.
I know how he got it. I didn't know how he finagled them. I knew.
So all right.
Go
So you
ahead.
remember he ended up getting the Beatles published.
He paid
right?
$50 million.
Them motherfuckers couldn't take him having the Beatles published.
That
They
was
was
the-
pissed about that shit,
Yep.
right? So they kept trying to buy the shit back. He was like, nah, I don't want to sell it. So then he was like, okay. They kept on. He was like, all right, how about this? Sony came and was like, we're gonna give you this, and we'll give you this in Sony publishing for the Beatles publishing. Mm-hmm. He had already owned 3% of their shit.
Yeah.
So they gave him 48. Now he owns 51 of Sony shit.
Yeah.
Sony's publishing.
And that's
now,
why-
at the time, this before they had Timberlake and Bieber and Beyonce and all that shit. Now he owns that shit, and the contract said the only way he would they kept trying to force him to sell the publishing back. The only way they could force him to sell is if he went to jail and kind of defamed the company, which in came the lawsuit.
They tried to
Yeah.
put the
You
law.
know what I'm saying? That's why the first one he just paid. The second one they didn't want to
Yeah.
take the money. He was like, "Fuck that, I'm going to court."
And people don't know, I never met Michael Jackson, I'm gonna be honest, but I know people that was around him, like he was very militant. And he loved black people. He was all about black people. He was a real nigga. Niggas heard like, and he would tell niggas, hey, don't do that. Don't fuck up. They're gonna get you.
fuck up that,
And he knew it. And I think that that came from him, to me, him not seeing how they attacked him, the route they attacked him. After he got Tommy Fowler, he was like, oh, they some evil y'all some evil motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And that by the way, that's
smelly.
yes.
See, people don't remember when Mike fired his security and hired the Nation of Islam. You know what,
What?
I'm saying?
Yes.
You don't remember that?
I remember that.
He had the Muslims. You
I
know
remember
what I'm saying?
No question.
Yeah.
That's the one.
He was like, I ain't trying to trust none of these motherfuckers. Like, they, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So let's talk music now. By the way, you're a music connoisseur.
Oh, yeah.
Purple Rain or Thriller?
Thriller. And the reason being is every song on Thriller was a single. Every song
Thriller
was
got
a
1 week
single.
record.
Huh?
Thriller got 1 week record.
Who?
Thriller has 1 week record.
What song?
Hold on, I'm gonna tell you right now because I looked.
You gotta look at the fact that
Hold
you
on,
gotta
no.
look it
Because
up.
no. The
Every
fact I got,
song was
no.
a
The fact that I
single.
gotta look up is because the song is so irrelevant that I'm gonna say you be like, oh yeah, that was on that album.
The
Hold
Girl
on.
Is Mine.
Crazy.
Thriller. Bad. PYT.
Heartbreak Hotel.
Baby Be Mine.
Baby Be Mine was a single.
Don't do that, bro. Don't look like that. Baby Be Mine.
Baby Be Mine is the
Sing it,
weakest one.
Rick.
Come on.
Sing Baby Be Mine, Rick.
Come on.
Just sing the melody, Rick. No, don't help him.
Okay.
I forgot the melody.
He don't have the melody.
I forgot.
I can name every song on Purple Rain.
You telling me every song on Purple Rain was a single?
No.
Well, yes.
No.
Can I tell you why?
No.
Can I tell you why? Can I tell you why? Hold on. Can I tell you why before y'all get on me? Choke, I see you, Choke. I see you. Can I tell you why? Can I tell you why? The fucking movie had a scene for every song on the album had a.
He made the movie.
That's like saying every song on Jay-Z is watching is a single.
Hell no.
Jay-Z
He
didn't
did make the
perform. Man, dog, let's be clear. Thriller is incredible. I ain't gonna lie. But listen to me. I said Motown up until about 8 years ago. I would say
Here's
Thriller.
the real question.
But as I started getting into, I'm like, dog, Thriller does not have a better song than I Will Die For You.
That's cap. PYT is better.
It's not better than I Will Die For You.
I want your love.
You tripping.
Okay, everybody know I Will Die For You is better than PYT, bro.
Man, come on. Billie Jean.
Okay,
I knew
But
a
y'all,
girl
love
named
that too.
Nikki,
I like that
guess
too. That's
you could
Mike.
say.
Dog,
The real question is this.
the
What's
beat,
better than
even on the beat, even though we have not had a beat that feel like I Will Die For You ever. Like the drum pattern.
Take Me With You.
Take Me With You. Darling Nikki.
Purple Rain.
Crazy.
When Doves Cry.
Red Corvette, all them joints.
Human Nature is not better than fucking I Will Die For You. Human Nature is good, but I Will Die For You is like, let me tell you what I'm saying. All right, hear me out. If you drop, okay, this how I look at it. If Justin Bieber put out Human Nature right now, or I Will Die For You, which one is going to be
Human
bigger?
Nature. No question. No question.
Human
Nature.
Question.
Human Nature so much of a beast.
Listen. First of all, nobody can sing. I can't think anybody can sing I Will Die For You. That's why I just went for the biggest white pop artist I can think of. Like, I can't, nobody can sing it.
Hey, now, Human Nature so much of a beast, it became a #1 record 4 times.
4 times.
SWV, #1.
Chris Brown. Michael Jackson.
And then,
Who else did?
And have recorded it. He was the first person. He was the first person that Mike.
Heavy D,
Mike
right?
was Heavy D was the first person that Mike let use his record.
And the second one was Nas, and he told Nas it ain't hard to tell. He can't curse. That was the only stipulation. You can use, but you can't curse. Then came in, ain't hard to tell.
I rock with your takes, but you tripping today.
That's 4. That's 4. And all 4 of them songs are classics. That came
let me tell you what I'm thinking. Okay, this is how I think. I think that the world tells us how to think. So I'm like, what and why do you think that? That's all I'm saying. So for me, it's like, bro, like I told you, Thriller, first of all, I don't think Thriller's better than Off the Wall.
I agree with you with that. I agree with that.
Come on, bro. I'm looking at you behind the camera.
Now, I'm a mic guy. I agree with that.
I don't know about
Truthfully?
that. I would say this. I saw people. Now,
Off the Wall.
Hold on, next question.
Mike had the coldest 4-album run.
Off the Wall might be the greatest album ever made.
In history.
And I could go that high off the wall.
And by the way, you know, Off the Wall is crazy because it was a disco album that no one knew was a disco album.
Mm-hmm.
So tonight, gonna live your bro. Come on, man. Come on, bro.
Off the Wall was cold. But see, Mike got a lot. Bad was crazy.
Bad was crazy.
Bad
No.
is probably my favorite. But see, I ain't the best.
Bad was
But it's
crazy.
my favorite.
Bad was crazy. But I'm just saying, I think people give Michael Jackson more than Prince because people don't understand. Prince's run from 79 to 84 was ill, but Prince did Do Me Baby.
Yes.
Think about it. Like, he had like
Prince cold. No, I don't want to listen. Because Prince fans is like Beyonce fans. They be getting serious. They be getting serious.
Prince fans
and they
are
be
comfy.
thinking you dissing them. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you compare them to Mike and say you choose Mike, then the next thing you know, you got a bunch of purple raindrops in your box. Like, I'm not saying, you know what I'm saying?
Real talk.
He said purple raindrops.
That's like the bars in the beehive. The purple raindrops.
They be dead that serious. So I'm not saying Prince ain't cold. Prince is definitely right there, you know what I'm saying, with Mike. Sometimes he was, you know what I'm saying, his music was above Mike. Sometimes Mike shit had him beat, you know what I'm saying? But like, I'm saying as far as him, musically, he probably like exceeded Mike. But as far as like just the all-around superstardom, ain't nobody.
I'm going to say something I think is controversial to you. I believe Kendrick Lamar is the greatest rapper in West Coast history.
Debatable.
Who's better?
I mean, my favorite rapper in West Coast history is Cube.
So is mine. So is mine. That's mine too.
Cube ain't bar for bar though.
You tripping?
Boy, who's not bar for bar?
You tripping?
With Kendrick.
You bugging with that. You bugging with that. You bugging with that.
Listen, man, I tell everybody.
Okay.
Here go a history lesson.
You made better than Scarface, bro.
You said what?
You said West Coast history.
I'm saying, but what?
No,
Okay, you're right.
right.
I'm starting shit because I want to piss him. I want to piss Choke off. I'm just trying to piss him off. He don't care me. He's like, oh, I'll get with this.
I'm like, I know
Cube.
No, I do believe Scarface better than Cube. I wasn't a Cube fan.
No,
Scarface
tripping.
most definitely better
Hold on,
than
let me just
Cube.
make it clear.
I'll take
Do
Cube
not
over
get mad at
Scarface.
me.
And I love Scarface.
I'm not an Ice Cube fan.
Okay.
No, I'm a fan of Ice Cube, the man. But
Nah, you
talking
talking
about
about
the rapper.
And by the way, I like his records, but I can't recite one Ice Cube verse on anything. I just like Cube.
Got it.
I'll tell you this. I'm gonna give anybody some Ice Cube.
swear.
I give you Ice Cube.
Maybe an NWA song.
Why Ice Cube?
No Vaseline.
Why
No, I
Ice
don't know
Cube?
it. I
Why
swear.
Ice Cube? Here go the thing.
Go ahead.
Why Ice Cube is the GOAT? First of all, if you take Easy Does It, which is one of the greatest albums in West Coast history, written straight by Cube. Straight out of Compton, written mostly by Cube.
Incredible.
You know what I'm saying? Death Certificate, America's Most Wanted.
That's the
people.
one.
People tend
that's
to,
the
people
one.
forget. Death Certificate is a when people talk about storytelling rhymes. Death Certificate is an entire story.
That's
Every album is a story except No Vaseline.
No, I agree with you. You're 100% right. I agree with you, and I'm not mad at that. But this is my thoughts. Ice Cube, to me, always felt serious. Like, he's a serious nigga. Like, and as a grown man, I can appreciate that. But when I was a kid, I liked
But
fun
again,
shit.
Easy Does It is a straight
But that's
comical
Easy album, though. I love Easy
written
nigga.
by Cube.
I love it. No, listen.
Cuba
Now,
wrote them,
now
though.
listen, I ain't gonna lie to you. Now, see, I'm saying I would put Easy E. See, another thing, hold on, hear me out, cause hear me the fuck out now. Hear me the fuck out, real nigga. Hold on, hear me out. Hold on. Can I get it? Hold on, Mo. I just want to get it out.
I'm listening.
I want to get it out. Let me get it out. I promise y'all, it sounds crazy. Let me get it out. Jordy, fuck you. This nigga ain't never laughed this much in his life, nigga. Fuck you, nigga. Let me get it out. Let me get it out. Nigga, I forgot I was about to say. What was that? No.
That's how I landed.
No. That's what I'm saying. Okay, easy. Him and easy. Okay, no. No, I was not gonna say that. Here we go. I was just gonna say that music in general is not just about what you say. It's also about the voice. It's also about the persona. What I'm saying is that, like I said, Ice Cube persona, Ice Cube to me just felt like the realest nigga alive. Like, he wouldn't bend. And by the way, as a man, I love that. Like, that's amazing. I love the fact that he got his wife with him. I love the fact that he stands on everything about it. I'm just saying, his musically, there's not an Ice Cube. Today was a good day. I know that. I do know that word for word. But I'm saying outside of today was a good.
Have you done that?
Hell no.
Check yourself.
No
Check
way.
yourself is a good one. But listen, Kendrick Lamar is still better than Cube to me.
No.
Absolutely.
I love, and don't get it,
I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that.
But you gotta,
Hold on, let me watch this. I just gotta ask, young nigga, Chad, what would you say?
but you, he
No, he knows.
He don't know.
He knows. I can't wait to do That's Debatable. I can't wait to start the show.
Shots fired.
I can't wait to start the show. I want to choke on it.
Choke got to be on it. He got to be on one of those.
crazy.
Name 5 Ice Cube albums.
Name 5. I can't name 5
In a row.
albums. I
Yeah,
can't
I
name
mean,
5
he's not valid. He's not valid.
Okay, so hold on. Jack. Ice Cube or Kendrick Lamar? Who's a better rapper?
Rapper and me, Kendrick.
Okay.
Listen, let me tell y'all just a quick lesson on Cube. Because people tend to get Cube twisted. People you ain't know about police brutality before Cube. Cube told you about Rodney King shit before Rodney King happened. Cube wrote that.
3 years.
You know what I'm saying?
3 years before Rodney King, he wrote fucking police and everything. In 3
You
years.
didn't know about Compton. Nobody knew about Compton was a small city. We had a city at 12-mile radius. You didn't know about that before Cube said straight out of Compton. And the nigga wasn't even from Compton, but he had everybody believing he was from Compton.
Where
'cause he
Cube
was-
from?
He's from L.A.
LA.
He not from Compton.
Wow. No, listen. As far as a writer with a pen, Cube is a GOAT. First of all, he's a GOAT. Period.
But listen,
I'm just speaking I'm just saying.
But then when they was like, "Oh, Cube, you on some gangster shit? I want to leave NWA. I want to change." I'm finna be on some black.
He want-
now I'm
he
finna make a
wanna-
whole Black Power album with the Bomb
With the
Squad.
bomb
Crazy.
squad, Keith and Hank shot. You see what I'm
Crazy.
saying? He went
That was
crazy.
everything. No, listen, what I'm trying to tell y'all.
Crazy.
Everything, listen, bro, from Cube leaving NWA because they was fucking him, to Cube starting his own shit, to everything that Cube has done, to making Friday, to making movies, to branding himself. Nigga, he is the
Big
dog,
three.
he is incredible. But I'm saying, as a rapper, strictly as a rapper, I believe Kendrick is better.
You know what? You know what I can say? You know what I can say?
K-Dot.
Lyrically, as a rapper, just rapping, I can take Kendrick, but I think Cube has better songs.
Kendrick can
And
tell you
Kendrick.
Cube is better.
More club bangers.
Matter of fact,
Kendrick should say Cube is better.
Kendrick's favorite rappers is Cube, E40, Jay-Z.
Jay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so I don't know.
Did y'all like
If
that?
I'm-
We be
if-
clubbing?
Loved it.
I mean, We Be
Y'all
Clubbing
like-
was for a movie, but I wasn't into We Be Clubbing.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm
But-
trying to tell you, like,
You can do it, put your back into it. You
But
got
hold
to
on. What I'm saying is, it's just equivalent to, there are some people, like, dog, there's some people in New York that say Nas is the top 2, number 1, and to me he's not he's not top 3 to me, and that's what I'm saying. But like he can rap, but like we act like it's all about just lyrics. It's about lyrics. It's about how powerful your lyrics are. It's about the effect. It's about the music. It's about your voice. It's about your delivery. It's about the impact. Now Ice Cube is a way more impactful artist than Kendrick.
I get it.
For sure. Impact.
I think people get mad when I say CeeLo is a better all-around artist than Dre.
Oh,
He not a better all-around artist. Better. I didn't say better rapper. I didn't say better rapper. I didn't say better rapper.
Hold on.
Listen what I'm saying.
Let me say something.
Let me land that.
No, hear me out.
Let me land this. I didn't say better rapper. I said better all-around artist.
I got a question when you said that. Wasn't CeeLo Green supposed to be an Outkast?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hear me out.
Right.
I didn't say better rapper.
No, CeeLo.
I said better all around.
And I heard
artist.
you said CeeLo is first of all, CeeLo Green to me is probably top 5 most important artists in Atlanta history. Mm-hmm. Great artist. I just believe that Dre is. And bro, I hate even now. I get why people get mad because I hate even doing this. I hate even doing it because niggas. I said CeeLo verse on "Get Up, Get Out and Get Something." Nigga, I don't recall ever graduating at all. Sometimes I think I'm just like CeeLo was impactful as fuck. I think Andre's impact was a little bit more and felt a little bit greater because Andre was an Outkast and CeeLo was in Goody Mob.
I'm saying, here's what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. I said all around artists. There's only 2 artists in the history that can say they barred up, they respected as far as bars, and can sing, and the shit sounds just as amazing. And that's Lauren and CeeLo.
That's true.
No,
And Drake.
like, you know
And
what I'm saying?
Drake.
Who else?
And Drake.
Don't stop.
Drake.
His songs don't sound.
Motown.
If
Come
you
on,
took
nigga.
all- No. Drake is cool, but he's not a great. I'm talking. No. I'm not dissing Drake as sing. I'm saying his singing. If you put him like he can't.
Oh no, he can't sing.
No, he can't sing
Oh, okay,
songs
okay,
CeeLo
okay.
do.
That's what
Like
I'm saying.
CeeLo singing songs and you like, damn, this nigga. He almost like
Yeah, no,
he can make a whole singing album.
Like,
I
he
ain't gonna
hit
lie,
notes.
okay, so I'll say this. To me, CeeLo is the second best artist in Atlanta history. To me, behind Dre.
So Dre's the best artist in Atlanta history.
To me. And I think third artist, only artist,
Just artist.
Future.
Over T.I.?
Oh, absolutely.
I think Future caught T.I.
I don't know, man.
We need a new commission.
We do.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing. I'm just trying to process that.
No. Okay,
Just don't with those
okay,
two
so hear me out real quick.
Niggas are still calling it trap music.
No,
That's
first of all, see
T.I.
what I'm saying? I hate that part because now like I'm discrediting Tip.
Right. Like they said.
No, Tip is the most important artist in Atlanta history. I didn't say Tip's the most important artist. I said best. Best means skill. Important is, Tip is the most important artist in Atlanta history. Dre is the best artist in Atlanta history. And I think CeeLo is number 2 on the best, and then I think Future's number 3 on the best. I think Future's number 2 on the greatest. Or most important.
Most important.
No, Future's number 3 on the most important. My most important list, top 3 go. No, hear me out. Hear me out. My most important.
The hell goes
As an
on.
Atlantan,
Hell goes
as an
on.
Atlantan, hear me out. As an Atlantan, Tip, important. Tip, Outkast, Dre, and then Future. Important. Best is, hold on.
Jermaine Dupri?
Jermaine Dupri was right. I said artist.
He's more producer.
I said artist.
He's not an artist.
Jermaine dropped 1 album as an artist. He's no, by the way, Jermaine is.
I give you that, Ray. I give you that.
By the way, Jermaine is my nigga, but I'm saying the most important artist in Atlanta history to me, the 3 is important, meaning impact, meaning Atlanta has been built on their shoulders from 1994 to 1993-94 till around 2003-04, Outkast carried the fucking torch. No. From 2004 to around 2013, Tip carried it. Now, let's be clear. Everybody in the 90s, you could put behind Outkast, right?
Yes,
you could say they was in the Outkast family. Hold on, hear me out. Everybody in the 2000s, you could put behind Tip. Everybody, but now, Future is the leader of all of these young niggas. And he's been the leader for fucking going on 13 years.
That's a fact.
Yeah, I can't argue that.
So I'm saying, at no point in time was CeeLo the leading artist in an era in Atlanta.
That's a fact.
That's what I'm saying. Because
Okay.
even when Outkast came out, Goody Mob came behind it. Now, best is just who is, to me, is most talented, best, making of songs, everything. To me, I think it's Dre, CeeLo, then Future. Because I will say this, and y'all can say this, I hate to say, this is really called That's Debatable. I mean, this is the whole premise of the show. Right. But we're going to get there. Hold on. The preview of that show. We're going to call this shit the preview to That's Debatable. But hold on, hit me out real quick. But I want to say this, that Tip's catalog did not age well.
You don't think so?
No, let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Because Tip was a trending artist. Tip did whatever you like. Great song. I don't know if they're gonna play it in the club now, 2024, right? Live Your Life. That was really a Rihanna record, because anybody can recite Tip verse to me? Just look at it holistically.
No, right.
Let's not look at it biasly. Look at it holistically. Now hear me out. Now, the reason why I think Tip's catalog didn't age well is because Tip was trendy, except for his trap shit. Dope Boys in the Trap still works now, but that's not no shit that the world celebrated. Right. That's why I said he was impactful, but not the best. Because when he made records for everybody, he was doing other things. I give you that. Rather than Future has been the same dirty Sprite, Atlanta dirty nigga who fucking bitches, he's the same person.
Agreed.
And my thing is that he's gotten better.
Yes.
Future 2024 album is better than Future 2012 album.
I give him that.
Let's be clear. Can you name an album from 2014, 2013 on up that's better than trap music for Tip? Tip, this is the difference. Tip and Future are the inverse of each other. Tip came in hot and slowly coast down. Future came in cold and slowly went up hot. That's why I said he's a better artist, because you can tell, not only that, let's also be clear, Tip is probably a better businessman. Tip is a better leader. Yeah. Tip is a better CEO. Tip is way more than just a rap. That's another thing we start doing.
Some of the shit was like the legal shit with Tip, but I listened some of the even recent Tip stuff, and I was just some of the shit he be saying. He cold.
That's what I'm saying. And I'm not saying he couldn't rap, but I'm saying that. And y'all know this. Every basketball player don't stay in the gym every day.
Right.
I think as an artist, Future stayed in the gym. As an artist, T.I. left the artist position and went and built businesses. He also did a show for his family. And not only that, he's very involved in his family's life. And let's be clear, being a father changes how we approach life. I think being a father affected him too. Future's a father too, but it feel like T.I. kids feel like they're in the house. Future kids is all around, So it's not being funny enough. I'm not saying that he don't take care of his kids. That's not. But what I'm trying to say.
Based on that logic, I can see why you would say Kendrick over Q, because kind of Q's progression as a family man and movies and all that, then his music lacked.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's my
music wasn't number priority no more.
But that first 10-year run of Q,
legendary.
If you throwing that shit on right now, this shit sounds like it just came out.
Y'all think Young Dro's music?
Joe is cold.
Joe's cold. Okay, last thing. I want to ask you, because I was there. Give me your top 5. This is the last one I'm gonna do for the Culture Report. Top 5 underrated rappers from Atlanta. Underrated rappers. By the way, underrated just means you think they might be 3, but they should be 1. That's what I mean by underrated. Because I say Dr. Dre is overrated.
Dr. Dre as a rapper?
As a producer, it's overrated to me.
As a producer?
To me.
Cut his mic off.
Can I tell you why? He's not number 1 to me. He's number 3 on my list. Overrated. I think number 1 is Pharrell, then Timbaland, then Dre. To me. As a producer.
Okay.
But I'm saying niggas is even Pharrell and Timbaland is Dre is the greatest of all time.
They sure
do. But this is my subjective opinion.
Right.
Now, I want the 5 top Atlanta underrated rappers.
All right.
Kilo.
I'm definitely gonna go Kilo Ali.
Okay.
Because when I first moved here, he was the god. He was over Outkast.
Everybody.
They was on Kilo, Saha.
Ooh, Saha's a good one.
Saha's on my list too.
I like this. I like that. Let's go.
Kilo, Saha, Dro. Dro number 1. He's underrated.
Dro's number 1.
Yeah, Dro number 1.
Go ahead.
Saha number 2. I think as a rapper, I think Mike is underrated as a rapper.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because his speeches and everything kind of far exceeds what people, but most motherfuckers don't want to get on the song with him and rap. You know what I'm saying? Same with Dro, same as Saha. Shit, man. Are we going by lyricists or just rappers?
This is your opinion. This is you.
To be honest, and this shit gonna sound funny, somebody who I think that's underrated as a rapper, Mr. 106 in Park, man.
Bow Wow?
I feel like if as a rapper,
if you don't stand the fuck up and leave the room after that, if you've been against me the whole time, if you don't say what the fuck,
I'm saying this is what I'm saying. I'm not saying as a lyricist. I'm saying people don't give Bow credit for his rapping ability,
his influence
and
on the culture,
songs and appeal, and pushing the culture forward.
Okay,
he didn't write the songs.
Yeah,
but I get what you're saying.
I don't know if he wrote them or not. But if Jermaine wrote them, I said Jermaine. But Bow pushed the culture forward. And if you want to take Bow, then I'm gonna say Rich Homie.
Hold on, give me your. Hold on. I want to run down the list for just for sake. I want to go. Number one is you said is Dro. 2,
Saha.
3,
Killer. Then Kilo.
Yep.
And Rich Homie.
And then Rich Homie.
Then Rich Homie.
That's your 5. What's your 5? Atlanta underrated rappers.
Shy-Hi.
Number 5.
Dro.
No, who's number 5?
Dope Boy Rock, rest in peace, my man Ra.
But Ra was hard.
Ra. I was also a fan of Trouble. Thought he was kind of
No, I ain't say who's a fan of.
No. Underrated.
Give me your top
Underrated.
name. Give him a number. Give him a number. Okay, so
go from the bottom.
Okay, so number 5 is Number 4 is
Who I just said?
Trouble. Number 3 is
Dro.
Number 2
Shy-Hi.
Number 1
Chad.
underrated.
You said who?
No, go ahead. Give your who your number 1?
Bow
Wow.
Ludacris ain't underrated.
Ludacris from Chicago.
Give me no, he's from Atlanta. Don't do that. I went to high school with him.
Ludacris ain't underrated.
I went to high school with him. Don't do that.
He's from Chicago, man.
He went to high school in Banneker South in 9th grade.
From my city.
He's from Champaign, Illinois. He's not even from Chicago.
But he ain't underrated though.
My man Scrappy.
Scrappy is a good one.
Yeah, Scrappy.
Scrappy.
Okay, y'all hit my top. So Scrappy's number 1.
Okay.
Hit my top 5. Rocco. No, hold on. I'm sorry. Start. Number 5 is Kilo. 4 is Rocco. 3 is Dro. Number 2 is CeeLo. Number 1, underrated.
Keep going,
Like people don't know how good CeeLo is as a rapper.
He's crazy. Yeah,
I'm talking about rappers. And number 1, and y'all gonna argue with me, but 2 Chainz.
But I don't know if 2 Chainz underrated. You think 2 Chainz
Nigga,
underrated?
2 Chainz. No. Hear me out. 2 Chainz. No. Hear me out. Titty Boy.
Was that night?
Hear me out.
Titty Boy was that nigga.
Hear me out before I go crazy. I'm saying 2 Chainz. Now, obviously, 2 Chainz is a very successful rapper. He's made millions of dollars, and he ain't hurting for nothing. So people might say that doesn't make he's not underrated. But I'm saying they don't ever put him in that top 3 conversation. And I think it's because he has a little silliness to it.
Yeah.
But if you listen to when that nigga
cold.
said, she said, I
He
killed the
cold.
pussy. I got the affidavit. She blew my cap off. Like I done graduated. Like that nigga 2
he
Chainz
talking that
is
stuff.
one of the illest rappers, wordplay rappers, period. And he
cold.
should be ranked. And we don't ever put him in the same conversation as Luda, T.I., and Jeezy. And he's up there with them. If not, his career's probably been a little bit better because 2 Chainz is the inverse.
He started.
He started and then he up. And then he coasted up. Most people start here, coast down.
And when he did that, went through a group change, name change, and everything.
No, he
and I said-
change code. I just
and I said
MSC,
underrated.
I like. Okay, I got it.
Yeah, and because I don't think
I would agree, but I didn't look at them like that.
I look at him as underrated, him and CeeLo. That's why
I know, but that's why I said Dr. Dre as a hint, because I'm like, it's just about where you think they should be. I told us a tip when I saw him at the Cash Money party. I'm like, bro, ask Jack. We be in the car. I be playing tit. I'm like, yo, niggas don't. I mean, I feel like you listen to it, but because it's a little ha-ha in there, or it's a little personality in there, we don't. That nigga can really rap. Like just like he has bars, all of that shit. And so to me, 2 Chainz is the most underrated rapper in Atlanta history, and that says a lot based on how successful he is.
Yeah.
That's all I say. So look, guys, I call this the Culture Report. But this really was like That's Debatable. Like, we're gonna do That's Debatable. Like this is what that's gonna be about. So if you like this is what That's Debatable is gonna be. We're gonna be picking subjects and we're gonna argue
So
about
my
it.
question was,
Go ahead.
do y'all feel like Young Dro's music is aging better than T.I.'s?
Young Joe don't have enough music out there to say that.
He got features.
He got features. He got about 7 to 8 really strong records. But you talking about and by the way, Dro is my nigga.
I'm just saying,
But I'm saying no.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because his biggest record had Tip on the Hook. Let me see you. But when I'm saying, let me just make this clear. When I say aging, I'm a bigger fan of Tip than I am of Jeezy. But Jeezy's catalog has aged 10 times better than Tip's.
I would agree with you.
Because Jeezy never chased hits. He never tried to make commercial shit. He just was Jeezy, and if y'all liked it, y'all liked it. And that's why it aged better. Meanwhile, when you hear a song with Tip, you're like, oh, I know where he was at. He was getting a lot of money right there. That's why it's like Jay-Z. Like, when you think about Hov, you don't think about fucking his hits. You know what I'm saying? Nobody talks about Hard Knock Life.
No,
we talk about the street shit.
Right.
That's my point. The street shit is where he rapped at.
B-sides.
The street shit is where he rapped at.
That's
my point. But so
Tip
that's why.
Tip, I remember Tip had one of the coldest lines in hip hop history when that nigga said, "To play me, baby, hey, he gonna need a track from God featuring Jesus and Jay-Z." And that's when he was at his sharpest. The pen was his sharpest, and then the Hustler kicked in that trap music album. And then he figured out it's not about how good I rap; it's about making music for an audience. And he did that. And then he figured out, oh, I can make more money if I do commercial. Give it to me. And let's be clear. If we had to have the real nigga list in Atlanta, Tip is the realest nigga in Atlanta history. Like, not even, it's nobody even close. That nigga has stood tall against the New Orleans niggas when they was in town going crazy, the police when they was shit, street niggas, he stood tall. When Flip dissed him, that nigga got out of jail. He was in jail. He got out of jail that night to end that nigga's career. How the fuck did he do that? How the fuck do they announce you in jail at 4 o'clock and then by 9 o'clock you on stage saying, Flip beating your bitch ass out here? How the fuck? That's what I'm saying. Tip is the realest nigga, but if we judging music, by the way, that's another thing. We only talking music. Only talking music, bro. Oh, yeah.
That's why, and when I said rapper, I was talking lyrics. Like, that's what I'm saying. 2 Chainz is probably one of the greatest lyricists in Atlanta history, but they don't say that. I'm saying it.
I can't really speak on Kilo because I don't know enough about him. Like that.
Kilo,
I know who he is, but as far as living, I can break down like, oh yeah, he was that.
When I came here,
give me the year. Give me the year.
I came 98.
Okay.
And Kilo was when the Organized Bass album was out.
97.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
When he dropped Baby.
Yeah. Baby, show me love.
Yeah, show me love, yeah. Love in your mouth.
And everywhere you go, they was playing that shit.
Now, Kilo, if Kilo was Kilo when Atlanta had the light, Kilo would have been 100 times bigger. Okay. But he was Kilo when Atlanta didn't care about the light. Yeah. So when Kilo was winning, I moved to Atlanta in 91. When I moved to Atlanta #1, 91, nigga, all they was playing was Do You Hear What I Hear? That's all we heard every day was Do You Hear What I Hear? And I ain't never heard that coming from New York. So I was like, what the fuck is this?
About a couple years. Outkast come to what, 94, right?
Beautiful.
That's Raheem Dream. That's Raheem the Dream.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. No, Raheem ain't. Nah, I like Raheem, but he was more like a curator to me. Kilo felt like that nigga.
Yeah.
Well, That's Debatable. That was fun.
This ain't That's Debatable.
This is the Culture Report. But it's gonna be though. I got the set being built. This is the Debatable Culture Report. That's what we're gonna call this episode.
Shout out to Donnie and Chad on that.
Yo, shouts out to everybody in the room arguing. Y'all proving the point. Y'all was in the middle of a social experiment for me. I was like, let me see if I can start some shit and see. Y'all was on that. I'm like, yeah, that shit works. That shit works. Choke got him 5 times, left the room. Yeah, that shit works.
Like, what?
Yeah, that shit works. But
I think made the most impact in Soulja Boy though.
Yo, his impact is ridiculous. That's not a laugh at. Ain't no laugh at. He changed the game.
Soulja
Boy's a big reason the business is the way it is now.
List.
Hold on. Drake song Soulja Boy copy.
That's what, and it probably was bigger.
Impact.
And it's big. No, hear me out. Listen, Soulja. I've been on record. I've been on record saying that Soulja Boy. I've been on record on this show saying Soulja Boy is the Kobe Bryant of rap.
Facts. And I'm with that. I am with that.
Soulja pussy.
Can I tell you why?
Dude,
Can I tell you why? Can I tell you why? Soulja Boy ushered in immaturity in rap. Soulja Boy was the first kid. Think about it. Bow Wow, they might say, but Bow Wow was a concoction created by Jermaine Dupri and everybody in that room. He just was great at it. Soulja Boy produced the record, made the record, did a dance to the record, put that shit out, went to the internet, didn't care what the world is. He brought youth to rap. NLE Chopper, NBA Youngboy, all them niggas is here because of Soulja Boy.
And you know what though?
Hold on,
Let me finish. Let me tell you how it equates to Kobe. Because the reason why Kobe was so loved, because Kobe made the NBA young. Yeah. Kobe was the first real kid to come out the league out of high school. They didn't know if he was going to be that great. He came in, he was arrogant, he thought he was the shit. He was in that playoff series with the Lakers. They thought he was arrogant. They let him shoot 3 air balls, so they was like, oh, you think you the shit? He shot 3 air balls, and they thought that was over for him, and that nigga came back and won the next year. And he was the youngest guy. He was the kid. He was the first kid. Kobe Bryant is the reason why kids are coming out the NBA at 17. It's not LeBron, it's Kobe. That's why LeBron looked up to him, because Kobe was the one that made that shit.
Hey man, I gotta say this. Before I go, right? Because we talk about this could be controversial, but I wholeheartedly stand by it, and I'm not even from there. People always talk about Atlanta. College Park is the most underrated city as far as musically.
Right, you from New York?
I'm from. Don't do that. You have to say that.
Because let me tell you.
Don't do that. I went to Banneker High School and I went to McNair Middle School.
Right.
I went to McNair Middle School.
College Park.
Let me tell you. JD.
Dallas
All-Star. Dallas. You know what I'm saying?
Gunna.
Gunna.
Divine.
2 Chainz. You know what I'm saying? Ray and them. Pooh Bear. All these little.
I went to middle school with Pooh Bear. T.I. went to McNair with us. Pooh Bear went to McNair with us. High school I went to with Young Jock and Ludacris. And, bro, like College Park, and I'm gonna say East Point.
112.
Because they come together.
That's how I said. They're together. They're together.
Yeah. KP. I'm like.
No, I can't argue that, because the talent that came from those 2 smaller cities within Atlanta is ridiculous. Yeah. I'm assuming Rico.
And I said that because it's somebody that's underrated. We was talking about Soulja Boy, but people like kind of tend to never talk about Smurf, College Park.
I'm about to say College Park.
You know what I'm saying?
Soulja Boy was signed to him.
Soulja Boy, VIC, Yin Yang, all of them came from Smurf, from College Park. So I'm like, the city of College Park, like I be hanging with the homie and I be learning. Like damn,
I ain't gonna lie, College Park, it made me, bro. I love it.
I look at that like, you know how we have like in the back home in the Bronx with Cool Herc and everybody.
Hold on, you want to ask the last question? Go ahead.
Can y'all? Because I don't know, I'm not originally from Atlanta. Who put Atlanta on the map in hip hop?
Outkast.
Mainstream or just period?
Outkast. Outkast.
Mainstream, yeah.
Outkast.
Dog, when they said all the players came from far and wide, like that, Outkast made Atlantans proud to be Atlantans.
You think Outkast nationally before JD and Crisscross?
Yes. Hear me out. Oh, I'm glad you said.
I'm glad he said.
Hold on, hear me out. You're right. Hold on, hear me out. Okay, let me say something.
That's for you, bro.
Let me say.
That's for your research. Why did Jermaine do that? That's Chris Cor's first album cover. Pass it around. Why did he do that?
What is it? Let me see.
Y'all ain't had no teams that
Oh, New York. We got New York influence.
I hate this nigga.
The New York influence.
I can't stand him.
Because they showed
this
the Mets jersey and the Yankees jersey backwards.
Y'all tell me they ain't had no.
Oh, okay. Hey, listen. All right. Since you want, okay. All right, since you want to talk about that, what about? Okay.
Hold on. Let's address it. Let's address it. Number one. Okay. So let me say something.
From Atlanta, but Boys to Men got their swag from Atlanta.
Hold on. Let's do that. Dallas Austin.
That's a fact.
Hold on. That's Dallas Austin.
Dallas Austin and Kevin Wells.
Niggas, sit your Philly ass down. Sit your Philly ass down.
Hey, Dallas. They had no swag. Mike sent
Hold on.
They didn't have swag. Mike Ben sent them down here to live with Dallas Austin, and he got a swag from K. Wells.
Hear me out. Hear me out. What Jermaine did. Hear me out. What Jermaine did Jermaine understood that in order for this to go global, it has to feel global. He understood that. The reason why I say Outkast over Criss Cross is because Criss Cross, now they said on interviews Atlanta. They said they was from Atlanta on interviews, but Outkast was Atlanta. You just showed me a Criss Cross picture with both of them wearing a Yankee and a fucking Mets jersey. When we saw Andre came out in the Players Ball with a Braves shirt on. That's why Outkast put Atlanta on the map. That's what I want to say.
They put Atlanta on the map. First rapper I heard from Atlanta, I didn't know he was from Atlanta because he was like rapping like Run DMC.
Yeah,
was Shadi.
Shadi. That's what I'm saying. So when you say Atlanta, like as that's why I think Outkast got so much love, because the one thing that Jermaine did that he even said on the show, he said, I was going to New York because I knew that New York was the epicenter of media. So I wasn't in Atlanta working like I needed, because I needed to be on the cover of the New York outlets, Vibe, Hot. I needed those because if I knew if those fucked with us, everybody else would follow. So he was smart and it worked. But Outkast was unapologetically Atlanta country. Yeah, no, I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying? They was unapologetically Atlanta, and that's why it worked.
Thank you.
That's all.
I just say, because
and that is why, rest in peace, Rico Wade is probably the most important figure in Atlanta music history.
Not probably.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, but it's three.
Yes.
The most three important figures in Atlanta history to me is Rico, Dallas, Jermaine.
Yes.
The three most important figures. And guess what?
Yeah.
They all from College Park. This is the God Show. This is the Culture Report. We are out. Show is over. We're going to do this again and again and again and again and again. Let's go.